everybody. I'm so excited to have another amazing episode with the legend, the icon right in front of us. You guys know him as Sugar Bear. I mean, this man has been taking over worldwide for a very long time. So proud of his accomplishments, but also he's always feeding into people and encouraging people to be their best selves. So please welcome none other than the legend himself, Mr. Sugar Bear. How are you?
I'm truly blessed. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm sure everybody probably knows who you are by now, but I gotta ask you, when your caretaker first gave you your name, did you know at that time that you wanted to educate kids, or was that something that kind of developed on its own?
That kind of developed on its own as I was traveling around the world and stuff, and touring, and of course, and so I decided I gotta do something else, So then God he clicked. He said, "Go do this," and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow. So I want to ask, how do you balance that? I mean, you're a superstar. I know within the school and then outside of school. Like, is it hard doing both?
Well, no, because I have passion for my music and for educating. So it kind of like works itself out because being in education, we get our whole summer off anyway.
That's true.
So that's all my time.
Yeah, right.
All that. Sometimes if they need me on an emergency basis, I'll do summer school. So, if I'm not touring or not, playing around the country, whatever. But yeah, it's cool because I really love both. Music is my one and education is my two.
Okay, I know that's right. So how did you expand your think, from Sugar Bear when you first started, and then who you are now? Do you plan by like decades, or how does Sugar Bear develop and evolve to this big being he is right now?
Well, it kind of like, like I said earlier, the passion, I just never quit. I love entertaining. I love doing what I do. I love creating new music, and I love making people happy and smile. I love that. That's just all my life has been like that. So that's what I seek, and I find it. And God gave me this talent to use, to bring people together, mostly for positive things. And boom, it's working out perfect.
Yeah. So how did you keep yourself going? Because I'm sure in the beginning, you got to work your way up. You're trying to get your name out there. So how did you keep going when nobody was like, when you weren't serving thousands and hundreds of thousands of crowds, when you start off with 2, 10, and so forth? How did you keep going?
Well, when God is for you, who can be against you?
That is true.
That's true. That's facts. But
yeah,
no, I just love to play. I mean, always, it doesn't matter. If you see EU, I'm guarantee you, I don't care if it's 1 or 10,000, you get the same show. And that's what a lot of artists don't understand. They say, how can you crank so hard when nobody's there? I said, that's just who I am. You're only good as your presentation. And that one person gonna say, wow. And the 10,000, imagine that, magnified. You see?
Yeah.
So that's just me. It's been like that all my life.
Okay. Plus, I'm sure you watched James Brown, all them, like they practiced like they was doing the show from the beginning. So
French, I mean, you name it, Jimi Hendrix, you name it. It's just I see that and it inspires me. Kool and the Gang, Maze, Mandrill, Earth, Wind and Fire, Howard Players, you name it.
So what was your vision for yourself from the beginning?
Well, in the beginning, I was just playing to meet girls. Because back in the school, people like the women like basketball players, football players,
right?
All that stuff. So I said, man, this ain't working. So we put together a band. Went out there and we won a talent show because we could play. We won the talent show, so it worked out fine. So that was cool.
Talk about the importance of, I know, nowadays, everybody's so money hungry, especially with their audience. How do you not treat your audience and your supporters as like a dollar sign or as, talk about that a little bit.
Well, of course, every artist, that if they lying, they're not doing it for the money. Because every artist, and I'm being 100 with you, everybody has a talent, of course. And it's not so much the artists, it's the promoters who want to charge these crazy prices. And, so what I do, I just try to, like I just said earlier, I said if it's 1 or if it's 10,000, you're getting the same show. So they are happy and I'm happy because I made them happy through my music, you know, and that's what it's all about. A party, a big party.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your major secret to keeping a band together?
Well, I'm glad you asked the question. That's a good question. And nobody asked that question. You have to surround yourself with people that believes in your vision.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If you don't believe you're gonna be successful, I don't need you. If you can't contribute to what EU has already done, I don't need you. Come to our organization and contribute and feed off what I'm doing, and then let it blossom. This is your showcase as well as mine. Even though I might be the front man, I might be the leader, but everybody in EU shines, supposed to, for the most part. And we've been had success doing that so far for all these years. Yeah.
But that's good. You always do that in your shows. So why do you feel like people don't let other people shine enough?
Well, because a lot of people are ego struck. They just like, it's my band, my way, the highway, blah blah blah. You know, you see the stories with the 5 Heartbeats, New Edition, you know, the Temptations and movies like that's real. I've been through it, so I know it's 100% facts. The stuff that goes on in groups, but I've been blessed to have people around me for the most part, especially musicians, that want to contribute and want to help and want to grow like I grow. So as I grow, you grow. You know what I mean? My platform, my stage is your stage. Take advantage of it. That's what it's all about.
That's true. What's your favorite place or time you perform?
Every place I play.
But it's got to be one. I mean, is it one that's like?
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest. In 2019, I was at the BET Awards, and that was just the greatest experience ever. To be even asked to perform on there, you know what I'm saying? And that was a great time of my life that I'll never forget. And I thank them for inviting us to come and open up the show behind Cardi B. So that was great. That was good.
Yeah.
And I was going through a little medical situation, but nobody knew. You know, and you know, it was you ever heard of Bell Posse?
No.
Okay, I had a slight stroke.
Oh.
You follow me?
Yeah.
And that's how good God is. The devil is a straight lie because God let me finish and do what I had to do. And I will never forget that as long as I'm here talking to you or on this earth. And that was a great moment. So all that was happening while I was performing, but nobody knew. You follow me? And you probably the first person I told this.
Wow.
So it all worked out. And I tell you, when God is for you, who can be against you? And God let that platform and let that situation happen for a reason. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Wow.
And that performance, not to cut you off, that performance there elevated our Gogo culture to the world. They saw it firsthand. Wow. I remember EU doing the butt. And
right.
Can you imagine? I mean, oh my goodness, it was amazing. To this day, people still talk about it. And that's 3 years ago. 3 years ago. They're still talking about it.
I got to ask you the other $1 million question. Why do you think we're not as big as Atlanta and all these other big places yet?
Unity. I think Queen Latifah making that record.
Yep.
UNITI. Why?
Yep.
I'm telling you, that's it. Because nobody, and I'm speaking from my heart, in our go-go culture right now, Chuck Brown, myself, we're Essence, Trouble Funk, etc. These are the senior bands and Junkyard Band, senior bands in Washington, D.C., right? I mean, we got more than 20, 30 years in the game, okay? But we never come together to support each other, except for maybe on a show here. Somebody might want to do a show there, but you don't get the support that you expect from your home team, if you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
and people get behind you and support and try to push and join the bandwagon, but it's not like that. So it's like crabs in a barrel, you know. I'm gonna get out, you know, and it happens, unfortunately. But that's why I know it hasn't. But and where, right, like you said, Atlanta. You look at Atlanta. Atlanta support each other.
They do.
The dirty South, the South, whatever. They support each other. The hip hop came up. They support each other. But it's not like that. We getting like that now, but it wasn't like that before. You know what I mean? And we all getting older. So I mean, hey, hello, it's never too late, but
yeah.
Let's go. It's still here. That come out of my mouth.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Yeah. What's been the biggest way God has showed himself to you and to others?
Well, he let me use my platform to reach out. I'm a strong advocate for gun violence. I can't stand it because so many children are dying. Families are being destroyed. You know, I just went to a funeral the other day. Little boy got shot raking leaves in his yard. You know, and it touches me because I work with my children every day. Yeah. The children I teach are special needs children, right? They don't have a clue what's going on, but I make them smile. I make them laugh. We play games together. We run around the track. We go in the gym. We shoot basketball, all that. Make them feel like they're just as good as me or just as important as I am. And to see that, right, you got to be there firsthand to see it. I do it every day. I've been doing it for 27 years.
Wow.
It's amazing. That smile makes you want to come back.
That's true.
And that's what I do.
But I'll tell the kids you teach, are there parents in their lives, or are you that figure for them when you're teaching in the classrooms? I
believe myself, and I don't want to say this negatively, I believe 50% of the time I am the parent. You can tell. You can tell. They don't come to the IEPs or they don't come, for back to school night. The parents, I'm not talking about no one because it's all of us.
Yeah.
I just wish more parents would get involved and just show support. Because teachers, and I'm gonna say this for every teacher that I know that's living in the world, we do the most important job in the world. We teach. And we are the most underpaid in the world, which is ridiculous. Garbage men make more than we do. Crossing guards make more than we do. But we're there every day, teaching, nurturing, tutoring, being mothers, being fathers. Come on, man. That's a whole nother subject. Yeah, real talk.
No, you're
real
right.
talk.
You're right. You're right. And that's on purpose too. So
yeah. And you got to be a special person to do that.
Yeah.
But when I see teachers getting awards, I love it because they've been recognized. Because I know being hands-on involved, I know that it's real.
Yeah.
I know what they go through.
Yeah. Now let's talk about, a lot of these young people. My uncle always tells me, don't flash your money, don't let people watch your pockets. So talk about the importance of, I guess, staying low key, and not let everybody know what you got, especially the young people nowadays. Everybody wants to be flashy. And I just think that, you're grabbing the wrong attention. Can you talk about the importance of that?
That is very important. And I'm telling you, I'm a witness of it. I did it. So I'm going to tell you what I experienced. And a lot of my friends that I came up with in the music industry, they is not good right now. But back then, everybody wanted to show and tell, But see, that's not good because you never let people know what you're thinking or what you're doing. You keep them at bay. Like, why would I go into a high school gym with all these mink coats, gator boots, and a pull outside and a blinged out Mercedes? For what?
Right.
It's not good. I mean, it's good. If you own it, that's fine, but you're showing off. So you're making the next person to look at you. They already saying, wow, I want that. No, you don't know what I did to get you that level. You know what I'm saying? And of course, most of us are stereotyped. They call us drug dealers anyway, if we come out like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or we selling drugs, or we doing something illegal. So I would advise people not to even. You can dress nice and look nice for different things, but you don't have to go all out. Splurge your gold chains. It costs more than your house or your car, or you know, you wearing all this jewelry, flashing the bling bling and all that stuff. It's not worth it.
Yep.
And these days, in these evil times we live in now, it's not gonna last anyway, because you know they out to get you. Mm-hmm. So don't do it. You don't have to do it. Let people think let them think. It's okay for them to think, as long as they don't see you out there going like that. That's cool. My opinion.
Yeah. What I'm sure you have a lot of business advice, but when it comes to booking or artists, or working with promoters, I'm sure you know about that, especially the janky ones. What's some business advice can you give people?
It's like, and I'm gonna say this here, and I mean it from my heart. If somebody comes here and they ask for your group or your act, and they say, I want to book your band, it's best to get you a manager that understands the business. It's not friend. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your next door neighbor, or a guy you grew up with in the neighborhood, or when somebody used to go hang in the streets with, might want to throw a party, so he expect for you to give him a discount. Let's just throw a number. Say if you charge $5,000 for a performance, right? Your friend will say, "Come on, man, we homies. Can you do it for $2,500?" You know, that's not business.
That's true.
That is not business. No, you stick with what works for you. And if your friend is really your friend, he's gonna say $5,000. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can come up with that. If he really want to do it, he's gonna get it. That's just one of my advices. Don't fall for the okie doke. That's okie doke. And you got to think of promoter say, you have a show. Back to that question, you have a show, and let's say the show capacity is like 3,000 people. Maybe only 1,000 show up. So he said, "Look, man, we didn't get the numbers we were expecting. So because of whatever reason, did he want you to say, well, can you give me a break on the price?" No.
Right.
I perform. I want my money.
Right.
I want our agreement, as they say. I said that's why it's good to have contracts. Stick with your contracts. Don't yield for nobody. I've been there. I did that before. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be hurt, because they go home with a bag of money. You go home with change. And they laughing in your face. I got them. No, don't fall for it. Whatever you agree to, get it. And don't yield. Get it, because it's there to be got. If they didn't think you was worth it, they wouldn't come after you anyway.
That's true. Yep, that's true. That's true.
So that's real. Wow. That's what Prince was talking about with the record companies. Same thing Prince was talking about, but he's talking about multi-million-dollars that he wasn't getting, that he should have got, because the record company took the masters of his product and wouldn't give it to him. And he made all the music. Crazy stuff. Because they give you advance. Well, we own these because you took $1 million and we made $150 million. This is ours.
Right.
I'm like, wow. We advanced just a little bit of money. Come on, man. So Prince was trying to teach. He was really trying to teach.
That's true.
And I caught it. I'm glad I was able to comprehend what he was saying.
Now let's talk about not wasting time and making sure people have their ducks in a row. Because I feel like people don't talk about that enough anymore.
What do you mean?
Like how people waste their time. You know, they don't know what they want to do, or either they don't. People just think. I just think of people think they have years and time to get it together when you really don't. Just because they're young, or just because, like, I feel like everybody's just playing with this time. And I try to tell people, like, you don't know when your last day is here, so you need to get your ducks in order.
You just ask your own question. You ask your own question. Because you don't know when your last day is. Yeah. So my advice, live life to the fullest and treat people the way you would like to be treated. Meaning that, you know, if you know you are and doing wrong, it's going to come back to you. But if you're doing right and you're showing people another way, another out, a smile or good morning, how you doing? That means a lot to a lot of people. So treat people right, and then you'll be all right. That's my advice. And do it with a godly purpose, not with the intent to manipulate or to hurt people. No.
Right.
Do it for real, because you feel it from your heart.
Do you ever get nervous?
Only time I got nervous was my very first show. I hid behind the curtain at Hart Junior High School. I was scared to death. And everybody was calling me. You know, said, come on out, come on. No, I was nervous. I had butterflies. And that was my first show. And that was the last time I ever did that. The second show, I went crazy. They couldn't get me off stage. I guess that was real butterfly effect. I was scared. I was shaking and everything. I was nervous, you know.
Wow.
But it's cool.
What about a time where you had to be the bigger person and the importance of not feeding into your flesh?
A time when I had to be the bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when when it could be, well, for me, a lot of times, it was a situation where I believe the lady had a wedding reception, but she didn't have all of my money for our agreement, like we just said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I used a godly spirit to overcome me and adjust to her needs and wants, because her husband was that's how the devil works. Her husband was supposed to take care of that part of taking care of the band.
Yeah.
This was at the reception, right?
Yeah.
You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So he handed me an envelope, and I of course I'm gonna look.
Right.
Like, wait a minute. You short. And I'm telling you, this is how God works. She spoke to him right there in the reception. What are you doing? I know I put the money in the envelope. Why is there only this much in the envelope? Remember, this was reception.
Yeah.
You follow me? So,
yeah.
Of course, I had to use the godly thing. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to mess this wedding up. And she said, Sugar Bear, I promise you, I will get you the money. And I believed her. And she did it. That's why. See, that's one of the moments. I could have walked out because you already breached the contract. Because you're supposed to have my balance when I'm there. Pick it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I used the godly judgment. I used it. And the reception went well. All the guests were happy. Blah, 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 you know. And she took care of it. That was one of the moments. I could have walked out.
Wow.
That's why I said, get your business right. Get it straight.
Yeah. Wow. Last three questions. Was being Grammy nominated, was that part of the vision? Or did it just like
that was a godsend, because I'm being honest. Anybody, any interviews you ever saw me do, I'm telling you, I had no clue the bubble was going to be big as it was. Never had a knowledge or a thought of it. I said, it's all right. You know, I said, it's all right. 30 years later, still being played, Grammy nominated, a party favorite. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, high school bands are playing this song. College bands, you know, are playing this on the, you know, on the field. Marching bands. I'm like, wow. Who would have thought?
Right.
You know, so, and it's still getting medium rotation or light rotation around the country today. Everywhere I go when I travel, somebody got on the radio. That's amazing. Especially on XM now, you got a lot of platforms. And I hear it on every XM station that plays R&B and oldies and all that. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So out of all the stories you've probably heard of you making an impact, which one sticks out the most to you?
Interesting. Well, it got to be, like I said, from the projects of Washington, D.C., all the way to the BET stage, BET Awards. That speaks volume.
No, I mean somebody told you. Like somebody told you how you changed their life. Like I'm sure people come up to you all the time and say, "Man,
Oh
you
yeah,
changed my life."
I meet a lot
Like,
of guys that,
yeah.
especially when the butt came out, and they guys I've never seen before in my life, and women and men, they come to me and say, "I met my husband because we was dancing on doing the butt." I'm being 100%. Or I meet some guys that say, "Man, I met my wife, man. I mean, we was in the gym at Virginia State or this state or whatever school." I say, "What?" He said, "Yeah." Tell him, honey. And she right there beside her. Oh yeah, that's our favorite jam right there. That's how we met. And we still together to this day. That makes you feel like, wow. It ain't I can't describe the feeling. It's amazing. It's really amazing to see people appreciate what you've done and they recognize you and they appreciate your contribution to their life and to others.
Yeah.
You get motivated by that. Or you go out, like even at the BET, I'm in front of Tyler Perry, Anita Baker, Rihanna, Mary J. Blige, her, all these powerhouses, mega stars, as I call them. And they know who you are. That is amazing. And they saying, that's the jam. No doubt about it. That is the jam. And I'm like, whoa, wow. I said, thank you. And they know your name. They want to take pictures with you. And I was still starstruck looking at them. Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. As we wrap up, talk about the importance of saving and investing money.
Yeah. You're only big as your last record. But no, on the real note, no, you gotta. If you make money, I would advise you to invest it. Or save it for your children or the trust fund or money market or something. Because, like you said earlier, tomorrow is never promised.
Yeah.
And and then a lot of us are blessed to be fairly wealthy or okay. I'm not gonna say rich, because the only one I believe is rich is God Almighty. But a lot of people are better off than others. So you have to use strategies to stabilize your lifestyle or make it better than what it is. To stay above water, as you say. And just don't spend foolishly. You don't need every iPhone that comes out. You don't need the latest car because it's electric or got this extra light in it. You don't need that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's real.
Yeah.
So my advice, just stay humble, and if it's for you, God gonna give it to you anyway. But if not, stay away from it and save your money for your family.
Yeah.
Or your siblings, or donate to Red Cross or something like that. Help people. That's where the big blessing comes from. Help people.
Wow. One of the audience.
Before I go,
what?
Please.
Yes.
This is for the whole world. The time is now to put the guns down. We are dying rapidly, and we shouldn't be going out like that. We are not at war, but we are at war in our streets in America. Sad. Yeah. Stop it. Senseless. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're all right. You took one of my questions, but see, we great minds think alike.
Right.
So one of the audience, Rob Douglas, he said, who was your musical inspiration that led to your unique style?
Jimi Hendrix, period. The greatest guitar player ever. Bad man right there.
You saw him play?
Huh?
You saw him play?
No. I wasn't even old enough to see him play.
Okay.
When I saw him, and heard his music, I was like, wow, this guy. And I found out he was black. Whoa, that blew my mind. And he was an icon. And that inspired me, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, James Brown, like I said, Kool and Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire, you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Commodores. I mean, I saw it all. I saw Soul Train and all that. I wanted to see it. I want to be like that. Never knew how I was going to get there. But the Lord blessed me to get there. I did it. Wow.
So what's next for you? What can people expect?
Well, I'm in the studio now, years later, but I still have that passion That's the key. I still have it in here. So it's gonna come out, and you'd be surprised what I'm gonna bring out, but it's gonna be something that I think you would never forget because you heard it first.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we can expect the new project to come out soon. Again, thank you for your time, Mr. Sugar Bear. It means
Thank
a
you for
lot
having
to
us.
me.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Appreciate it. So you guys make sure you keep supporting Sugar Bear. It's EU. And we're giving him his flowers today. The icon himself. Time is the one thing we never get back. So we definitely want to salute him for his time today and sharing all these gems today. So thank you.
Thank you. Be blessed and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too.
Ow. Oh.
Thanks.
All right. Be blessed.